Get started. So, first of all, my name's Randy Schilling, and I'm the current chair of Confluence Tech Hub. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Confluence. I'm also the owner of OPO Startups, and which is where we're at, and a little software company called Munibit. So those are my my day jobs. Let's talk just real quick about Confluence Tech Hub, and then we'll kind of roll it from there. So first of all, a couple years ago, Sheila Baker's here. Where's Sheila? There. For MTC had a grant put out to try to get us all to kind of coalesce and work together. And so, so we put together a group that included OPO Startups, Scott Drucknick from the EDC, Scott, and then Lindenwood, Dan Lauer, who's the Chief Entrepreneur Officer, Mike Hurlbert from, I always mess up your last name, Hurlbert, I got it right, from St. Charles County, and we also have Shelley Mockins from St. Charles Community College, and then also we're including Lincoln and Warren County as well. So that's the group. And we started meeting monthly, and we're still meeting, and we're brainstorming and doing, and it's really turned into really a fantastic group. And our mission really is to try to help all of you, to help entrepreneurs, to help startups, to help people in the tech space especially, and to really focus on what we see as the big opportunity right now, and that is AI, since about exactly 3 years ago. So November of 2022, OpenAI launches the ChatGPT, and we're off to the races. And so this year, the demo day, I mean, is all of the pitches you're going to hear tonight are going to be AI related. AI companies, for the most part, they're using AI heavily in their solutions. And so couldn't be more excited. Have the board stand. You guys, Mike, you're eating, but stand up anyway. So you guys stand up. So Jim Eberling is also, I didn't mention Jim, but Jim is on our board, so Jim was part of us early on. Even though he was late, he was texting me earlier. He said, hey, will I be late if I show up at 5:30 a.m.? I said, I don't know, but 5:30 p.m. would be better. But, no, it was am I okay? Oh, was that what it was? Yeah, okay. And so, so this is our 10th year, so I thought, Kevin was asking me this, and I thought, well, we should reflect. This is the 10th year we've been doing these demo days, and so I didn't get them all, but I went back 10 years. So 2015 is the year we opened up OPO, so this beautiful facility, which Jim Droste is back here. Jim was our contractor and still is well, he's retired, but his sons are still doing his business. And we bought the building on Halloween in 13, and then opened the doors here in May of 2015. And I didn't have the list of the companies, but I know we did a demo day in 15, and this is a picture, proof of it. So it was in my iPhone. So I know we were doing, this was our first demo day. We were using folding chairs, which we have much nicer chairs now. But then in 16, we did 2 demo days. Matter of fact, in the early days, we were giving, it was $50,000 worth of prize money. We've given well over $100,000 of prize money out. So, and this does not go through MTC, so the prize money is from our sponsors. So, these were some of the companies. So I said, well, Kevin was asking, were any of these companies still around? And so, well, yeah, some of them are. And I remember Chow Checker. This was a guy that worked, I'm trying to think of his name. Anybody remember Chow Checker? So it was in the dog food space. And then Worthy Nest, that's Deb. She's still here. She went to Florida to come back, but she's still around. D Squared International. I don't remember all of these. Baby Asian, I believe, is still around. So these were our first, I don't think this was the second batch. So we did 2 demo days in 16, one in the spring and one fall. I had a lot more energy 10 years ago. So we used to do like lunches for everybody every Wednesday. And so here was the next group in 16, the fall of 16. Grillinator. Sean was here today. He was sitting at the bar today. He's not here tonight, but he's still around. He also sells power in Texas or somewhere. I don't know. He's a power broker. XLR8. That turned into something else. I don't. Yeah, he's here. Where's Rick? Rick, where are you? Rick Druid. That was his company. What was Accelerate? Remind me. Yeah. So, yeah, that's right. Now I remember that one. And then Tenant Loop, that was Jeff Dittner. He's still here. His company got bought. That evolved into Gravy Technology, which then got bought by Clever, which is here and a member of OPO. They're here today. Not here with us today, but they're at OPO. There was a drink thing. I think that was actually out of the EDC. I don't know if you remember the thing with I don't even remember what it says there. Oh, yeah. Are they still around? Oh, awesome. And then Trading Post Solutions. I don't remember that one. I kind of do. Connects VR. That was an early a VR thing that Mark, what was his name? Mark something. Anyway, but you can see there's several of these people are still around today. It's 2007. Cindy Commons with are she out with you guys still? DIY Style. Okay, Z8. Ali's been around. He's done a couple of things I want to say. Grab Me Delivery, that's James Crane. He's an awesome developer. He actually works for Gravy, which is now Clever now. He had an early, what do you call it when you, the shopping thing where they deliver the groceries? Instacart. Yeah, he had Instacart before Instacart, or maybe he was competing with them and didn't get there. But that's what that was. Check the Queue, so forth. Acum, Mike Bundy. I remember he's still around because he had a little development shop, and I saw him. Maybe it's been a couple years back. Booty Now, Joe Odie. And he went to work for Microsoft, and then I don't know what he's doing now. Brush Hero, I'm not familiar. This was 2019, Phase 3, Connexus, Milestone, Equan, Smart Bite. That was a horse thing. I remember it somewhat. Do you guys remember that one? Okay. Mighty Crickets. I think she's still around. What was her name? She's doing the protein crickets. I think that thing's still around. Yeah. Schlafly. Yeah. Sarah. Yeah, that's right. This was 2020. Well, we didn't have 20 because that was COVID. And so then we came back in 2021, and to do that was, Walton would know that. He was here. He went to go work for somebody else, but he was doing like a to-do list, a prioritized thing. Pronto, EduTrain is still around, I believe, and Viper. So those were in 21. The Approach Dating, I think those, are they still around? Anybody hear anything? That was a St. Louis SaaS app for a dating app. I think they're still around. Kevin's here, Padmission. Where's Kevin? He's doing awesome. Yeah, give him. Wing X-Span, they're going to be speaking at our AI next week. They're a big deal right now. Yeah, almost as good. Yeah, almost. Yeah, and they have a drone that, it was a guy that left, they left Boeing. Backpack. Yeah, and he's going to be speaking at our next week at our AI manufacturing exchange. Money Academy 101, he's still around. So 23, we had Bleacher Book, Next Steps, Clock 2, Zipper. And then last year we had Real Document Solutions, time front and extra, and Aaron's here. So Aaron, great job. So anyway, I thought it would be kind of interesting just to run through some of the companies over the last 10 years. And it is Startup Week after all in St. Louis. And so we're just one of many events going on in the region. So if you didn't get enough of your startup appetite taken care of today, there's more events going on around the region this week. So I'm running a little bit behind, but I want to first thank all the sponsors again. So Scott Drugnick, EDC, Dan Lauer with Water Baby, with St. Charles Community College, and Jim with Inside Hive, which you're always doing new things. You got multiple things going on. He's got a lot happening. OPO, and then Shelley Baker with Missouri Technology Corporation has been a fabulous partner. And of course, it's a Startup Week. So let's give them all a big hand. Thank you. All right, and so just real quick, I'm going to introduce, and then I'm going to do a couple little things real quick, and then we'll get started with the pitches. So these are the 4 Demo Day finalists. So the first one, Shop DAWG. Is that how we say it? Shop DAWG? We saying it right? Shop DAWG, okay, awesome. OccupAI, is that correct? Occupy, got it. I should just say Occupy, right? Black Parrot, so they're here. And then Ashtra, is that how we say it right? All right, so super excited to hear your all's pitches. This is really wonderful to see. We had a pretty competitive group of people that were applying, so we're excited to hear about their company, so it's really cool. All right, so why do startups matter? Well, that's pretty easy because that's where all the jobs come from. So a large chunk of jobs, new jobs come from the startup ecosystem, not large. Everybody thinks it's large companies, but it's really the startup world. So this is an older study from, I think this is a Kaufman one, but most of our new jobs in the U.S. are coming from the startup world, and the data here is getting a little bit old. I'm going to have to update this graph. But the point being is that when you look at, by and large, the vast majority of jobs are coming from the startups. And then if you look at why it's important to support these startups, it's not easy. And so you see the valley of death. We talked about this every year. This is a slide we put in every year. It just takes, it's really hard to get something that you come up with, finding the market, finding the right product, finding the idea, building it, and then getting somebody to pay you for it. I mean, that's the real thing, right? Somebody willing to send a payment. I'd say you write a check, but they don't write. Our customers write checks because they're small towns, but most people pay electronically now. But for somebody to pay for that product or service that you dream up or come up with, it's not easy. And so we want to support these startups because without them, we don't have jobs for everybody. And so it's super important and super hard to do. I'll also put a plug. Jim Eberlin's leading the charge with the fund an AI fund that we're putting together called Confluence, Confluence Tech Fund. And so along with Dan Lauer and the accelerator that we're doing with Lindenwood and the community and St. Charles Community College, it's going to be super cool that we continue these things that we need to do to try to help our startups in the region. If you look at 10 reasons for why startups fail, well, the number one, business model, not viable. Number 2, you run out of cash, so we're going to try to help that today. So we have some cash we're going to be giving out today as well as some checks. So everybody will leave with something. So some with more than others. Yeah, so you can show them the cash. Somebody's going to... No, you can't put that in your pocket, Jim. You have to... Yeah. So we do have cash prize, which is kind of a unique thing that we started doing a long time ago, and it's kind of a fun deal. So you'll end up with some cash for sure. Not enough traction is number 3. Technical production issues, lacking finance, investor interest, no market need it or need out-compete it. customer development issues, lack of focus, and then the team falls apart. And so those are the reasons for failure. So why AI? So I've been using this, this element here, so my slide kind of wrapped a little bit, but why we're focusing on AI, so Alan Rosebach, Alan and I started working together in 1992 we met at a Microsoft SQL Server talk that I was doing at Microsoft's office. I believe that's right, Alan? And it was in the fall of 92, and so we've been working together ever since. And back then, every 10 years roughly, you have some new emerging technology comes about. And as entrepreneurs, we know, we look for those things because those are entry points for entrepreneurs to start new companies, new businesses. And back then it was SQL Server, and it was PCs, and this was pre-internet, so we were building software that ran database on the back end, a Windows user GUI interface on the front end, and at that point it was running over large area, LANs, large area networks. I guess that's right? LAN, yeah. And it was called client-server computing, and that was a new thing, and that was a major deal. And that evolved, and when we started Quilogy, that evolved to an internet-based company, and it was driven so much by, in 1995, was really, I call that the commercial, even though internet was before that, but that was the commercialization of the internet. That's when you could go out and get a .com, and we were building systems like that for large companies all over the US, and that grew to over 500 employees. And that was driven by that, first by the PC, and then 10 years later by the internet. PC came out when I graduated from high school, 1981. That was the first time you could buy an IBM PC. Roughly 10 years later, the internet comes out, and that's how Quilogy grew. And that was a large deal, so much so that we ended up getting an investment from Microsoft in 2000, which then led to the exit of that business in 2010. We sold it to Aspect. So then roughly, if you think after that, then you had, after the internet, you had what we all carry in our pocket, the cell phone, smartphones. The iPhone comes out 2007. That drives a whole bunch of new companies start popping up. You have the app stores, right? You could build apps and games and everything else you could build in either the Apple or Google store. And for us, we jumped in and with another product called BoardPack. And so it was to run board meetings on iPads and then a cloud service on the back end. And so 10 years after the iPhone, you had the cloud, and then we get to 2022, and that's OpenAI and AI. And I think AI, I think we all kind of talked about that when we put Confluence together, that's bigger than all these things put together in terms of what's going on, how much impact AI is going to have on everything. And so very important that we as a community, as a region, really as a state, look very hard at what's going on with AI and how can we all help encourage small companies, large companies, everybody that we can to take leadership role in that and not sit back. We've had some setbacks in the region in terms of, if you look at the investments being put in this space, we're talking trillions of dollars, more money than anybody's ever seen, ever. And even though we've had setbacks with the data center piece of it, which is a large chunk of what's being invested, there's also large amounts of money going to come from the services sector and from the software side. And so those are huge opportunities, and we want to make sure that we're out on our front foot with those things. And the reason for it, if you look at these 7 companies, these are the 7 most valuable companies in the world, and what do they all have in common? Well, over the 5 past decades, they all participate in one of those things I just said, and some of them multiple. So you look at Microsoft and Apple. Those came out of the 80s. Really, Microsoft was the PC, and then they got into cloud, so they doubled up. Apple really didn't make it until the phone came out in 2007. They really weren't, they were really a niche player at the time. And then you look at the internet ones, Alphabet, so you got Alphabet, you got, which is Google, you got Meta, which is Facebook, and you got Amazon. Amazon was just selling books online, and now, but they also did a double thing too. They did the e-commerce, but they also have, of course, the cloud services that they do. So that was those three, and then the last two, Tesla, and then the other one which is really crazy, you look at that, nobody even heard of NVIDIA. I mean, unless you were a gamer, you didn't even know what NVIDIA was 3 years ago. And so NVIDIA kind of fell into this thing because they were building chips for gamers on inexpensive game cards, and the guys that were doing, the teams that were doing the early AI, early AI work, went out and bought a couple of NVIDIA gaming boards and figured out and broke through with the LLMs that we all are enjoying today, and they've taken off as really the leader that's providing the chipsets that's running all this stuff now. So you add this up, it's $20 trillion of market cap. So just to put that in perspective, the GDPs, that's larger than every GDP on the planet other than the US. The US is at 30 trillion. China is a little bit under 20 trillion. So those 7 companies, and it's pretty comparable if you look at GDP versus market cap, they're larger than every economy on the planet other than the US. And that's just 7 of the companies. And so it's so incredibly important that we focus on AI, and you don't have to look, anyway, just look at those 2 slides, it tells you. All right, so we're going to jump into this. I'm done with my spiel. Judges, again, Jim Eberling. We have Insight, Hive, and iServe. What else do we have? No, well, you can do what? Yeah. Well, tell them about your company. You had Gainsight and... There's mics on there. So now say it again so they can hear you. That's on already. Yeah. Oh, you turned it off, probably. Now it's on.
Okay. So Jim Eberlin, I had 3 companies before. One was called Gainsight, and another one Planful. And Top Ops, we raised several hundred million in venture capital for all 3, and we exited all 3 of them in the last 6 or 7 years. And so since then, I've started these 2 companies. Inside Hive is AI for dashboards. So we're selling it to SaaS companies because to build their own dashboard builders to keep the customer in our app. And so now you can build a dashboard where it asks you a few questions, builds it for you.
All right, so let's go. Scott, you got a mic. Shelly, see if is that on? It should be.
How you doing, Randy?
Good. Awesome.
Hey, let's be honest. How many people are here because of... Come on. 8 years ago, Randy took $30 a share, and boy, did I clean up. So basically, whatever Randy says, you do, because Randy's got that Midas touch, and he's the IT entrepreneurial whiz kid of St. Charles County. Appreciate all the work with STEM, but it's really great to be here today. It's neat to see companies that were part of this in the past, and neat to think where some of the companies that we'll be seeing tonight might actually go. And hopefully we can continue to scale this and maybe get back to the days of giving $10,000 or $20,000 or $50,000 away, right?
That sounds wonderful. There. Thank you, Scott. Dan Lauer.
I'm known for consumer products. I'm known for a product called Water Babies, and next year we'll see Warm Fuzzies, so remember that word. I'm here supporting entrepreneurship at Lindenwood. I built an entrepreneur center at UMSL, and I know 2 things. One is entrepreneurial-minded students don't learn in the classroom traditionally. We're terrible students. So how do you change that experience so you do and make rather than sit and listen? And what we're doing here tonight is most entrepreneurs struggle with that first check. Most of us do not have rich uncles. I did not have a rich uncle. So it's important to seed and encourage founders with early seed money, but also support and mentorship. That's why I'm here.
Thank you, Dan. And if you haven't seen, Dan has a new water baby coming out that warms up, which is pretty cool. So, so look for that next fall, next holiday season. Yep, awesome. All right, Shelley.
Thank you, Randy. I am Shelley Mockins. I am with St. Charles Community College. I oversee several of their campuses, and I also support the entrepreneurial program at the college. I have not been in higher ed, though, my entire career. I am here tonight really because I have spent the majority of my career in startup companies, bringing new technologies to market. Because yes, getting the funding to start out is a big piece of it, but also figuring out how to get that to market and how to actually sell your product. So very excited to be here tonight and to learn about these companies.
All right, thanks, Shelley. And then Ashok's not here, so Mike's sitting in for Ashok. So Mike, tell him about you.
I'm not a shook.
Ashok is been a compatriot with Jim, if you don't know, for many, many years. But he couldn't make it, but Mike's going to sit in. Mike was originally going to be the judge.
I can't get out of this chair, so that would be. So I'm Michael Hurlbert. I'm the Director of Community Development for St. Charles County. I bring the non-entrepreneur attitude from a government perspective, so I apologize in advance. But as part of Confluence Tech Hub, I joined the board. I was excited to do that because I'm looking to see how, as a government official, we can be more productive, more adaptive to the tech enterprise, the entrepreneur spirit of St. Charles County. And so I look forward to looking at the companies, these companies and everybody here and how they can add to that as well. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Mike. All right, and so with that, here are the prizes. And so we're going to have a first place prize of $1,500. Second is $1,000, and third is $500. And then we have a people's choice, so you all get to vote. We'll have a QR code. Hold your phone up a little bit later, and you'll get to pick your own. And they'll get, whoever wins that will get an additional $250. The judges all have, we spread out $1,000 amongst them in 5, 10s, and 20s. So as you are doing your pitches, try to pry that money out of their hands. So it's cash. So it's in these nice First State Bank envelopes. So make sure, get them to dig a little bit of cash and give it to you. You can spend that on your team. So the 5 judges have $200 each and different bills. Okay, again, thanks to our sponsors. So you guys are awesome. Love it. Couldn't do it without you. And with that, we're ready to get started. So let's go ahead with our first one is Shop DAWG. Let me know. You should be able to talk. You want him to use the mic up here?
Hello.
And your slides should be good.
All right. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. So I'm very excited to be here today. Kate, when she reached out to us asking if we knew any AI startups, I was like, yeah, us. So we're here in St. Charles County, right down the street here in Frenchtown, and we are an e-bike shop, or that's the thing we were doing at that shop. But we realized as we were doing the e-bike shop, there's a lot of software needs in that industry that wasn't being met. And same way with Juiced Wheels, when we started the e-bike shop, we were basically meeting a demand that was there that nobody tapped into yet. And we quickly went from a very small shopping center in St. Peter's to the 3-story building we have in Frenchtown. So, yeah, I want to talk about the e-bike industry. It's a very unique industry. It's very new to the world, and it's growing every year, tremendous amounts. Like here in the United States, we still rank number 5 in the world, whereas places like China and the European Union, they are way far ahead of us. So, but for what we found in the e-bike industry, some of our needs and other companies' needs are shop operations, servicing, and vendors. They all have the same problem, and that is having people that know what they're doing working on the bikes. There's basically, your traditional bike mechanic works in all analog systems. They're not used to computers and soldering and the software that goes with all that. So there needs to be specialized training. But there is no specialized training really out there. There's very little for the world to utilize. There's basically Reddit, and you never know what you're going to get on there. So we saw this as a need to create some certifications, create an application that people can ask questions to and get their answers responded to. So with that, we've decided to create a few different products. And there's our dogs. So Shop DAWG is going to be the last product we make. It's actually going to be our all-in-one SaaS solution. I've come from the software background, and it's something I've kind of specialized in and helped other companies, make their products good too. But Shop Shepherd is the first one that we're going to be releasing. And the reason why is because AI is kind of like the universal translator. As long as you have good content that the AI can reach out to and ask questions on behalf of the user, it's really good at explaining to the users how to do those things. So Shop Shepherd, if you print it out, it's about 2,000 pages worth of content. But it's not just written content. We also have flow charts in there, and we have Sophia in the back there. She's our videographer. She's been working all summer, working with our mechanics, taking how-to videos and taking pictures of parts and 3D scans of different things, with the idea is that all this content is going to live in Shop Shepherd for the AI to basically give you good answers. And whenever you ask a question, it will give you like a safety tip, quick synopsis of a solution, and then it will direct you to the pages where you can get more information, like the videos and the flow charts. So that's our first one. And after that, we're going to work on Shop Pup. We actually have already started on Shop Pup, but it's not completed yet. That is going to be a Moodle course, and it's the first 101 course for anybody in the industry. Whether you're picking up the phones at a phone bank for a vendor, whether you're working the sales floor or you're actually down there wrenching on the e-bikes, and even entrepreneurs, is to get everybody on the same verbiage, same language. And that's kind of our entry into the courses. We also have 3 other courses that are going to be built after that, which is Husky. That's going to be for the mechanics, more advanced training. We have Hound. That's going to be for the salespeople. And we have Shop Boss, which is going to be for the entrepreneurs. So the combination of those really gives us a lot of backing in the industry. And we kind of have a list there of how we're planning to release the products. Oh, and I can't forget about Shop Talk. I'm excited about Shop Talk. So if you've ever worked in a mechanic shop or the e-bike shop, you always have customers wanting to chat about things. And this is going to be, think of it like a Discord or a Slack, if you will, but for the entire industry, with different sections for different specialists. So yeah, I think that's going to be really fun, having all the different e-bike shops out there and bike shops being able to go to a direct source to talk to each other and not having to rely on things like Reddit. All right, so how do we use AI? All right, so we use AI in a lot of different ways. I love AI. I've been using it, definitely since ChatGPT, and I've been diving into AI in different forms even before that. So for the Shop Shepherd, our knowledge base, we first utilize Google Gemini. It has a deep research capability where it can go out and search literally thousands of websites for your topic and then cite all the sources. So I've ran probably hundreds of deep research sessions to build up our cited knowledge base. And then we use Anthropic's Claude to take from that knowledge base to actually build up our articles. And we have very strict rules about how the articles should be written, and that helps us to kind of standardize the articles. And we also use it for coding. It's really good at coding. And that's just how to kind of build the ground foundation for the product. but the actual production product that people will be experiencing, that's through Cloudflare. So Cloudflare has a nice product called AI Gateway. That allows us redundancy, so we can have all different LLMs behind the scenes. If one fails, it can go to another. It also provides lots of good metrics and also security, so keeps from people being able to basically hack our system through asking good questions. It has a lot of that built in. All right, and Cloudflare, they actually gave us a $25,000 grant for what was called AutoRag. AutoRag is that system I was telling you about that goes out and does the knowledge base. All right, so I know I don't have much time, so I'm going to go further through this. A road to profitability, we've already made partnerships with Velatric, IMA, Electric, and the NBDA, which is the National Bicycles Dealers Association. They are all on board and very excited for our software to come out. They've been asking for it all summer since we told them we're making it. So probably get to the end of this real quick because I know I'm out of time. Local impact, we are right here in Frenchtown. All the jobs that we're going to be creating out of this will be here, right here locally in St. Charles. And our team, I want to introduce the DAWG pack real quick. Founder, DevOps engineer. We have Jacob back there. He's now our CEO and our software lawyer by background. Mandy, somewhere's back there. She is our college professor, and she's helping generate all the courses. And we have Sophia back there on the cam. She's our digital production lead. And then the Juice Wheels crew, that is our feedback loop. Essentially, we are dog fooding our own product using our bike shop that we already have. So we don't have to go out and try to get a bunch of beta workers, people on our beta. We have it in-house. And yeah, that's us. And if you want to try it, we do have an early beta version of Shop Shepherd out there. We don't have everything in it yet because, like I said, we're still building content. It's going to be going in there. So, all right. That's it. There's going to be questions. I'm excited.
How do you make money?
Off which part?
Tell me.
We're going to make money off all the different systems. So Shop Shepherd is going to be a subscription model that you sign up for. And that's, again, for e-bike shops, e-bike mechanics, the actual vendors. They all want the product. As we go with the courses will have a set cost to get the actual training and then to get the certification. So that's another avenue of money. And then, of course, the pinnacle on top is Shop DAWG, that all-in-one SaaS solution for running an e-bike shop. So you don't have 5 different pieces of software. You just have one piece of software, and it's just a web portal that you access. So that's also going to have a subscription. Yep. Yep.
So, as your here we go. So, with your product, what would you say? There's 2 types of advantages. There's an unfair advantage as a product itself over the competition, and then I'll get to the second one here in a minute. But what is the real advantage of the product over those? And have you identified your competitors?
Yeah.
The big guys.
Yeah, there's actually pretty much no competitors at this point. The market grew so fast, it didn't really have the infrastructure backing. So again, we built this out of need after operating an e-bike shop and making it successful to see our lessons learned. I didn't want to see a bunch of other retirees go and try to do this and fail. So for us, it was like we felt the need to build this. Our vendors are asking for it. The industry, the NBDA, they're definitely asking for it because they get that question every meeting. You know, where do we go for training? How can we get certified? How can we get people that know what they're doing?
So that kind of overlaps into the second question, is the unfair advantage that you plan for sales-wise. In other words, how do you get it distributed out there over the competition? Yeah,
so how we do that is through our vendor partnerships that we already have and the NBDA. So the vendors, once we have this system in place and the certs, they're going to start requiring shops to be certified. You need to have this software to help you run your shop, basically, and you need to be certified in these things. So nobody's doing that yet. So since we're early with this, the manufacturers are basically all looking to us right now to come up with it.
Yeah, I like that answer because a lot of founders aren't thinking about sales unfair advantage on how you're going to get it out there, and you put a lot of thought into that. So I like. a lot. So
Thank you.
I'm going to be the first. Are you? Is that for me for question or
Yeah, go collect that cash. They're handing it out.
questions? No, that's yeah.
Any other questions?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I know you understand how you're going to get it out there. Do you understand, or do you have an idea of what people are willing to pay?
Yeah, we want to keep it a fair price. So it's not good, and as running an e-bike shop, we understand the margins are really thin. And we also understand from working SaaS companies that you really don't need much more to keep, copy and pasting, scaling the product, especially with Cloudflare that we're using. So we're going to make sure that we're selling it to price-conscious folks. Now, that's how I want to start it because we actually are completely self-funded. We don't have any investors. So I can afford to, do this slowly and not have any big investment and put it out there for a price that people can afford. Maybe over time we'll think about raising prices and that sort of thing. But yeah, we want it so anybody can afford it.
Have you come up with a base price yet, or a range?
Yeah, we do. We have base prices for different products. I think I have a slide on it, but I think Shepherd, we're talking like $20 a month subscription. Of course, you get up to the Shop DAWG for your whole shop. Now you're starting to deal with bigger organizations, and that will of course cost more. Probably up in the hundreds. The courses, I think we're talking about maybe $400 or $500 for the course, and then to get the cert. So all very
Isn't it
affordable.
on one of your slides? You want to take it back to that slide real
Yeah.
quick? Come on, you got another 30 seconds or whatever. There you go.
Yeah, this one's about how we're wanting to expand and kind of that roadmap to profitability. Yeah.
Well, Brett, I love the fact that there's no competition. I love the fact you're in St. Charles County. I'm a dog owner, so I love the name. And that shirt alone is worth some cash.
Thank you.
I just want to give you some money here, give you some love. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
All right, Shelley. All right, very good. All right, so that's our first pitch. How are we doing on time? We're getting caught up a little bit? Keep going. All right, next we have, and again, thank you to our sponsors. Let's give them another hand. All right, I love seeing, who would have known, Frenchtown, that we have not just the e-bike shop, but software guys. That's awesome, or software team, that's awesome. All right, let's go next with OccupAI. Come on up, guys.
Everyone here is okay with no mics? No. What if we scream? Okay. All right. Think of all good. Yeah, we got 3 people. Thank you guys. Oh, look at the mics. Okay.
You're good.
All right. I want you to imagine that it's Friday night and you're running a busy bar. The line's out the door, the kitchen's in the weeds, and at the end of the night, all you get from your POS system is you did a couple hundred sales. What you don't see is how many people came in, how many people you missed, and what revenue you left out on the floor. We're OccupAI. We're combining computer vision, mixed with POS data, to get you insights that you haven't had before. Now, if you're a venue owner, think bars, restaurants, retail, you're pretty familiar with the numbers on this pipe. 28 today, peak hour, 3 to 5 p.m., and your popular items are all things you get from your POS. What you don't see are the leaks underneath. OccupAI identifies those leaks for you. So the 28 sales quickly become 50 total visitors with a 56% conversion rate. The peak hours, you see long lines in your waiting areas and 20% of your customers walking away. And your popular items, we can actually use your trends on your accounts to tell you when you're going to sell out of that item. OccupAI helps you open a lane, push a promotion, or make sure some of your staff is ready at a moment's notice.
Now I want to run you all through an example of what this might look like for your venue or business. Here you ask OccupAI, hey OccupAI, how'd my sale do last night? OccupAI then goes and cross-references your proprietary occupancy data with all of your existing POS data and is able to determine that though you had an influx of 12.7% foot traffic last night, you had no sales increase. It goes another step further and then tells you that this is likely because you were understaffed, given that there was a large occupancy inside of your waiting area throughout the night. Immediately, it gives you a recommendation on enabling dynamic staffing so that you can avoid this problem in the future and ensure that all of your customers are readily staffed. Now, it's worth also considering where we kind of fall in this market space. So currently, on your left up here, you can see companies that are focused in the intersection of computer vision and artificial intelligence. Spot AI is handling security practices for infrastructures using computer vision. ClearSpot is handling drone infrastructure for artificial intelligence and computer vision. And Verkada is handling software, hardware detection software, which is kind of a mouthful, but for computer vision intersections with artificial intelligence. And then on your right, you're able to see all the big players in POS systems. So this is Toast, Square, and Clover, who are all rolling their own artificial intelligence solutions for performance analytics inside of existing businesses. We are uniquely positioned to occupy this gap in the market space and actually unlock this untapped revenue that has not yet been seen in the market.
So I just want to reiterate that we are not just an AI analytical company. At our core, we are providing venues with a unique proprietary data set in the form of occupancy. We believe this data is crucial to understanding how your business is operating. We offer this with a non-technical setup. It's very simple. Plug it in, link to your existing security system, and we do the rest of the work. We start with privacy first. None of your video feed leaves your venue. It stays local to your venue. We only see data in the form of numbers. Now moving on to our go-to-market plan. We're currently in our launch phase. So here we're looking to get about 5 strategic partners so that we can kind of figure out where we're performing well so we can kind of attack that market. As we grow into that market, we hope to start kind of becoming the go-to AI analytic company in the St. Louis region. When we get to that point, we'll be launching phase 2. My brother will talk about this quickly here in the next slide. But as we continue, we want to expand to multiple different cities and then be a critical tool for multiple large conglomerates.
So Occupy Phase 2. So we got all this great venue and occupancy data, and our goal, once we start in St. Louis, is to launch a social app. So you can imagine, how many times you've been on Google and you get those data. It's like, oh, it's only a 10-minute wait for my favorite restaurant. You get there in 15 minutes. Well, if you have data for what's happening now, not trends, you can see exactly how long that wait's going to be. Hey, there's no wait at your favorite restaurant. Go sit down, have a beer, have a date with the wife, whatever, you enjoy it. We're planning to be the real-time hub for nightlife and entertainment. Just to talk quick about our pricing plan. So free, somewhat free. You get your proprietary data for edge AI protection for occupancy, and we merge that with your POS data. You get a nice dashboard, all of your locations, and one nice dashboard. If you want to upgrade to premium, you get additional area data. So we have some insights for things happening in the area, like maybe the start of the bar across the street with 100 people across the street. And then you get one AI agent to help you do some inferencing on that data. So you solve that kind of use case questions, and it'll draw these insights for you. The next stage is the enterprise stage. So for a month, and if you're tech, additional agents, or you're a big enterprise, you get a whole suite of AI agents, typically in that inventory, staffing, and marketing, and then we'll work with you to actually design some agents for you, specially trained to handle some of your other day-to-day operations.
In the event that we'd be fortunate enough to receive any funding from this, it would go directly into our business. Specifically, we'd be focusing on our hardware and inventory, trying to get about 5 or 6 more of our devices modeled and test out other options. As well as that, we'd look into upgrading our software infrastructure and also pushing some money into marketing promotion cycles. Finally, it's worth mentioning that our team could not be better suited for this mission. We cover systems, software, and electrical engineering, which just happen to be the technical requirements of our product. So we are confident that we can scale Occupy to its full potential with our skill sets as is. Thank you very much. We'd like to open this up for any questions now.
Hey, you guys take some mics? Yeah, I stole one. You guys share the mic.
Yeah, just
Okay, so on phase 1, what was the competitive advantage again for phase 1?
So that's our occupancy data.
What is
It's using computer vision to track kind of what people are doing in your venue. We're using your existing security cameras, as I mentioned.
Got it. And then what is the competitive advantage? I saw that it was it's less technical? Is that what the competitive
Yep,
advantage is?
just that so a lot of these companies are using like the cloud to kind of do their data, and all we do, we just have a device you plug in. It's simple to set up, nothing hard to. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just that it's a simple hardware setup. It's simple. Yep. No technical setup needed.
And then what does that translate to for the customer?
Because we recognize that bar owners are really busy, and we don't want them to have to like take days to figure out or have an IT team dedicated to setting up this device. So it's literally you plug it in, you just sign into your security cameras, and we do the rest of the work.
So the competition has, it's a more technical setup. It requires a technical service. I would focus on translate more for the business. Like I get it, like it's less technical, but I would translate that into dollars and something super compelling as far as a competitive advantage. And then
one more thing on that.
Yeah.
Just for competitive advantage specifically, it really is that we are sourcing a proprietary data set. This is not being done. The device over there, it's actually right there. You can pass that around if they wanted to look at it. Is running a process that hasn't yet been developed or widely accepted in any other startups that we've seen.
So, just some advice on that too is that I would definitely identify the alternative that they're doing now, because sometimes when you say no one's doing this or there's no competition or there's no, the investor may say, oh, that means there isn't a market for it yet. So you heard someone earlier say they were too early. So sometimes you could be too early, and so you want to make sure that you can translate it into something that they would do something now. And then, do you have anything out there now, like a proof of concept with someone, or?
So we're actually currently looking for partners. This works very well in our apartment. And yeah, so we're trying to target some strategic partners that really just want to try this thing out and help us shape
Gotcha.
it.
How are you going to track the success of your first partner?
Well, ideally it translates into dollars. So ideally they see a revenue increase, they see a loss decrease. And from there we can track success. Those are the key KPIs we're looking for. And if a byproduct of that is, customer satisfaction, they don't have to wait as long, all that fun stuff, that's what we're looking for.
Okay.
So one of the things we're looking at was the economic impact, and I don't know if you hit on that. I didn't see it quite specifically. Number of jobs, what does that bring? What do you think that's going to bring in terms of increase revenues? How do you see that play out?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of a different approach to that. We aren't necessarily creating unique jobs. What we are doing, though, is giving you a tool to better perform your job, right? So we really are trying to help the bottom line. What you could imagine is you have a manager that now is able to use our tool with a proprietary data set and actually understand something that they didn't about their venue beforehand. Yeah.
Yep. And I think, too, just with our goal, we want to turn St. Louis venues into the most well-run restaurants, bars, shops, anywhere. And just that alone, if you're making more money, chance to expand, that's going to create a lot of jobs in St. Louis.
You actually had it in your slide. You said that the recommendation came out to maybe you're understaffed. So just in that example alone, there's potential for trying to build that workforce, and that is a positive that you can sell as part of moving that forward.
Absolutely.
I appreciate a good tight pitch, and so I'm going to give you each $20 for that. And the fact that you work with Doug Villard is a good experience for you.
Thank you.
I'm curious to know, what evidence do you have that companies, bars, restaurants are going to buy this?
So though we don't have any official partnerships yet, we have had conversations with owners. If y'all are familiar with Annie Guns, we actually were speaking with them a while back. And their big issue when we brought this up was that they wanted to find this data. They didn't necessarily know what to do with it, but they got to the point where they're legitimately considering holding a stopwatch, having someone get into the line to get a sandwich, and timing them to get to the front of the line, right? And when they heard that we could automate this process for them, it sparked a lot of interest. They just didn't necessarily know the use case for it yet, right? So that's something that we're still hashing out because we haven't launched this initial sort of program or anything anywhere. But that is exactly what we're going to find out, right? The long story short, though, is just that there was initial interest from the venue perspective, at least for our data.
If I may add too, one of the big things that a lot of these venues do rely on is geofence data. So your iPhone pinging off, and they do collect that data and help them make decisions. What this offers is a more personalized view in your venue. I mean, we can put a camera directly, if you're at Walmart, we can put a camera directly on your kitchen area and know exactly how many people walk past those pots and pans you thought were going to sell really well. So we kind of give that more personal kind of level and more detail, because it's not like, oh, someone just showed up in your venue. We know what they did in there, which goes a long way.
Can I ask one more on, are both phases of the product freemium to start? Like you have some hardware involved, right?
Yes,
There,
yeah. So
that,
I guess the barrier to entry is purchasing that device. But once you have that, that gets you phase 1 and phase 2. So you get the occupancy data and the dashboard and the POS, combining everything. And then you also get tapped into our social network down the road when we roll that out. The additional cost is just for the AI agents and a few extra data points.
I saw something up, let me go back. Free to start.
Too far. This guy?
There, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, base, that's free with the purchase of the Edge device. So that's your,
Okay.
yeah.
Your money on the Edge device is what it is.
For the initial, yes. But then they do pay, if they want AI agents to do some of that inferencing, that automatic inferencing, automating some of your venue operations, you pay per month for however many, you get more AI agents as you pay more.
So can you expand, like what, if they have the free now, why would they, how do you expect them to move over? How are you going to convert them to
Absolutely.
pay?
So the free, that just gets you how many people are in your venue and a nice graph, and it combines your POS data. What free doesn't get you is this, where you ask, hey, how did my special do last night? And it goes and cross-references that for you, and it gives you these summed up responses and gives you actions to do. We do plan in the future, once we're working with some of these partners, we can tap into your staffing, we can tap into your inventory management, and hopefully we can order your products for you and call a server for you if you need it.
So the premium gets your basically really good leads. Of course, you may make some money off of them, right? Because they got to buy some,
Yep.
and then your plan is to convert them with the agent.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, I like that plan. And so I will. Let's see. I think that's where
Chairs for you guys next. Younger judges, yes. Looks really cool. So you just plug that into your internet?
Yeah, right into the router.
What's the box actually doing again?
So that's the box is actually doing the detection. So the video from your venue goes to that box, and it doesn't go to a cloud. All we get is numbers. So there's a little AI inferencing model running on that, and that's doing the detection. We try to make sure that privacy is in mind, because we started off with bars as our intended audience, and I don't know, a lot of bar owners don't. A lot of bar owners like that privacy side of things.
But if they don't have a security system with cameras, you'll offer cameras?
We will offer cameras, yes, or at least some that we recommend.
So real quick, if it's primarily visually based, right? What happens if somebody steps out of the waiting room to go to the bathroom or out to the car and then comes back in? Do they just keep getting counted?
So we're actually exploring Re-ID. If we plug that in right now, yeah, they would, be honest. But we are exploring Re-ID. It works very similar to facial recognition.
Okay.
So just like your iPhone recognizes you when you open your iPhone, we can do the same thing with entire people.
Okay. All right. I still think it's a great concept. There's some kinks to work out, but it sounds pretty good. I'm going to give you some cash, and I know
Awesome.
Shelly is too.
All right, anybody else? Other questions? You guys, awesome. That is really
Thank y'all.
cool. Yeah, thanks you guys. Great job. I love the engine. You guys, did you say some of you are double E's, electrical? What? Yeah. We like engineers, don't we, Alan? We're both electrical. I love the combination of the hardware and the software. Anyway, super, yeah, that's unbelievable. People come up with stuff. You guys, great job. Everybody's been awesome. All right, let's go next up. So let me get to the next step. So I think this is Black Parrot. Oh, first of all, thank you to our sponsors again. Let's give a hand to our sponsors. Thank you. All right, let's go with Black Parrot. So come on up. That's good. You need another microphone?
Maybe, yeah.
First, I would like to thank Mr. Randy and all the judges for sitting here and listening to me yap for 5 minutes. I'm Akshay S. I'm doing Black Parrot AI. This is our team. One main member you should take a look at is Chris Lemansky. He's a retired US AF colonel and chief advisor at Leonardo DRS Defense Company, so you have strong ties to that for pilot testing. So our problem. So most of you guys have heard of ChatGPT or used it previously. But one main problem you guys have is you have to search it up, type in your prompt, put images in it, and it may or may not give you the right response back. So AI today is powerful yet disconnected from reality. And if you look at it from a student's point of view, if a teacher is teaching and he doesn't understand what's going on, if a teacher is teaching and he doesn't understand what's going on, then he can pull out his phone, retype the whole scenario, and ask it for help. If a doctor, he meets like 50 patients a day. If he doesn't, each time you go into a doctor's office, you always see him. He looks at you for 5 seconds, and then he goes back to his computer and starts clanking away, looking at all your patient data and trying to diagnose the problem. So the main point I'm trying to bring is that we have the best AI models out there, but if we can't interact with it properly or have it integrated in our lives, then it's not of much use. So our solution, think of an AI angel on your shoulder. It can always hear, it hears what you're hearing, it sees what you're seeing. It offers the best help whenever you want, however you want it. And that's what we're doing. We're building AI-powered clip-ons attached to any glass frame and act as real-time context-aware assistant. So let's go back to our previous case about the doctor. If he was entering the hospital room with the patients, the glass will just see his face. It'll get all the patient information. It'll summarize all the symptoms, and he's able to have a better interaction with the patient. And the main point is he can focus on the subject at hand and not trying to waste time prompting the AI to help him. So this is like a simplified version of our core AI innovation models. So if you're working in a car, for example, the glass will get input from what you're doing, what it hears, is sent to your phone. On your phone, it will have the proper intent and simulation understanding on personal knowledge, and it will create a custom context, which then you will send to the large language models, like Gemini, Bard, ChatGPT. And it will come back, it will update your personal knowledge graph on your phone and determine what type of response. So whether video or audio. So if you look at it, back then we had computers and no one liked the idea to begin with. But then we realized how important and empowering it was to us. Then we switched from computers to phones. And after phones, I believe that AI glasses or AI wearables are going to take over and replace phones. So early adopters of this is healthcare, field service, education, military, or any other kind of sectors where you need hands-free knowledge and yeah.
To add to it, if you look at the interview from Elon Musk on Joe Rogan's podcast, he did mention that in a few years, phones are going to be gone, apps are going to be gone. You're going to have an AI with you, and it will do whatever needs to be done. You want to see a video or an audio or a check your emails. AI is going to be like across all the apps. It knows what to do and just does it for you.
Okay, this is our impact in the scene close community. So we'll add more AI-driven jobs. So software development will be like AI modeling, firmware, app integration. Then product support for customers. On hardware will be PCB manufacturing, optics, and those kind of things. This is our roadmap.
Yeah, so right now, we have done the software part of it, but we're lagging on the hardware side, and we're hoping to get some seed money towards improving the hardware end towards it. We talked to SSM, Cardiology Department, and talked to the DRS for Department of Defense, and they both are interested to see a prototype from us, which they can use on their own field and see how it works out. They like the idea. We show them a very crude prototype, which kind of shows them what they can see, where the information coming through, and they like it so far. But we need some more funding to get to that stage of making hardware a little bit more commercialized, productized. We're thinking about like a quarter to 2 quarters to get the hardware locked in, do a quarter of testing with them, and once that is in, then you can probably really look at all the marketing and prioritization for the next steps. I mean, so we have AI with a very smart device with us. But how many times have we all gone shopping and forgotten things and come back home? Right? We go, oh, wish we had remembered that. Or we look for something and we don't recall those things. So if you have AI with you, which is smart, it knows your context. Hey, you know what? We talked last week, we are out of milk. We thought this, we are out of that. If something is knowing all of that, and it can bring up at a point of context, hey, you are at a shopping center, driving by it, remind him of this A, B, and C. Or you're at a hospital, do so and so things. Then AI is working for you in your context in a way where you have to reach it out to a super genius out there, tell, oh, I want this, type it in, and you get back a response towards that. So we trying to bridge a gap where we say AI is with you all the time, helping you with your everyday activity, be you a healthcare profession or a law enforcer or student or whichever use case may be. So that's our highlight. Cool.
All right, do you guys have questions?
So your hardware and software, could you tell us what stage are you at? Both.
Yeah. So on the hardware side, so we're using the off-shelf parts right now, like Raspberry Pi. We got a few TFT displays which can come into with them the refractors, and they can display to you. So hardware we have like done where we do the off-shelf prototype to make it to work, and we have a working prototype with that. On the app side, we haven't built our own model to be trained. So like for figuring out the user intent, we're still using open source models. We're using models from Gemini to work locally on the phone, so we can control the user's privacy in your device and only reach out to the cloud when it needs to. So I would say about like software, we're about more like about 70% done for a final prioritization, and hardware we are like 20% there. Yeah.
So you don't have a prototype yet on the hardware side, because there's a clip-on to glasses, right?
Yes. So we do have one which will kind of show you.
Yeah, do you have it here? Yeah, I mean, it would help if they would see
laugh
it.
At the
Yeah. So it's a clip-on device you put on any glasses, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so there you kind of see it.
Clip on to any kind of glasses on top.
So it's another hardware, software AI solution.
Yeah. So if you look at the current competitors, right? Like we have Meta glasses, Google glasses, Apple Vision Pro. They all are very bulky and they make you look very nerdy, right? Who's going to wear a thick-looking glasses like that and walk around normal place? So we have a clip-on, which is more like a pass-through device. It has camera, it has a vision, display, and audio and everything. And the main reason we chose this pack is because if you look at the way the Meta is doing, they can't really scale up much. They can have a product variation. Like here you can have your own glasses you like to wear, be it like a Ray-Ban glass or something you can clip on top of it. So basically it's more like a more scalable for diverse use cases.
And so you'll be, I'm interrupting, guys.
No, go ahead.
So Meta has their glasses, and so is this really going to be a competitor to what Meta's doing with their, because I have a pair of their Ray-Bans.
Yeah, so right now, those glasses, they only have audio element in it. There's no visual element to it.
No visual yet, but they're talking about doing.
They're talking about it. Okay. But still, if you look at the price points, they all are like $1,000 plus. Right. Apple is like $3,000, like way out there. We are targeting a prices of like less than $250 because of
How much is it going to be?
250.
250. Okay.
Yep, or less than within $250. Because instead of trying to cram all the electronics into the frame of the glass,
Right.
we try to keep it as more like a pass-through device and have a separate add-on to it. And this drops the price point a lot, actually.
And your solutions, you're going to clip onto any glasses.
Any glasses, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And even there won't be any electronics around your head with all the Wi-Fi things blasting out. It's more like a separate out. So we think it's a good design, more scalable, cost-effective, more diverse variety for use cases.
So I have the new Tesla with Grok in it. The Teslas have 8 cameras on them. I mean, is that something similar? I mean, it's a hardware, software. I mean, right now, when you use Grok on a Tesla, I don't think it accesses the cameras right now. I think it's independent. It's just a chat bot. So here, you're taking input from the camera, and you have a display. So it's going to give you visual, and audio. Not just visual. That's the solution.
Yeah. So the visual is going to be in a way where we can overlay things. So let's say we have a person who is not very automobile savvy, right? And they're going to change the coolant or something like that, or add extra brake fluid.
Fix an HVAC system, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Right? So they go in. So the two cases. Let's say we have one use case. You don't have glasses. You go in. You take a picture of your car hood, and you say, "Where do I change my oil?" Then you say what car model it is. Then you say, "It's a Subaru, it's this angle, okay." And you say, "Change the red cap." Which red cap? Now we have ambiguities in there. If you're using AI glasses in there, and the glasses know your history. It knows in past you drive Subaru car because of all the past. It has learned about you. It knows you drive a Subaru. It knows all things. When you say, "Where do I change my coolant?"
So you see this really with I'll call more of the blue collar jobs, or it could be anything.
Across the board, he uses for his own homework.
If you use your hands or homework,
Homework, the glass will see the questions and knows what to process and gives you back the answers. Or it could be a person who is doing a car repair, they can just see and they can say, and because it's a display, it's like an overlay. So you're overlaying the AI information on the real world. So if you have a hood of the car, then you can see exactly where the thing is being highlighted to where the oil should go into. So it's merging AI and real world.
We should let you guys ask questions.
Even field operations. So for some personnel of some military group, the glass can show on the screen steps and how to do certain procedures.
Yeah, if they can't pull out their phone and type in those things, it just gets to you automatically.
So I saw on your go-to-market plans, where was that? There was a slide. You had the boxes with the arrows.
Two more.
There's another one. They're going horizontal. Is there another slide? I could have sworn. There it is. So it looks like you're going to do pilot. So you're going to test healthcare and defense. Is that? Can you expand a little more on your go-to-market plan for this?
Yeah, so we talked to the SSM strategy department. We told them with the vision of our product, and they liked it. And the fact that they can actually walk into a room, and your camera can look at a patient's face and detect who the patient is, make a query to data, and summarize his latest vitals. That you saw him last time 3 months ago, and what's the latest things are there. And they want to look at it that way, but at least they want to also take it to the next step to see if they want to do
if I could,
sure.
How far along are you on the testing in the market for defense and testing in healthcare?
So in both cases, we've shown them a prototype. We told them the vision, what they can do, and they like it so far. And they want us to come back with them without all the wires sticking around in a more better product.
Yeah.
And they want to test in real life.
My suggestion would be to probably, I would figure that out as quick as possible and go after one. I like how you're testing markets, but as soon as you know you got one, I would just focus on one. It's easier. It's more expensive to sell this product the more markets you go after, right? Because you have to say this to this market, the message to this market. So I would, I'd figure out which one's the best as quick as possible, because you can always go after another segment later. But I'm going to give you some cash because I think that's kind of cool that you can hang that on your glasses and that's just pretty cool.
Thank you.
Do you need help getting out of your chair?
It's cash. I have a full disclosure to make here.
Thank you.
I noticed in your partnership, somebody by the name of Matthew Funk. Now, Matthew, Scott, Randy, you may remember this last year? He won the award for St. Dominic last year at the STEM Awards. He was the STEM Award winner for St. Dominic.
Actually, these kids, they won the 2025 Missouri State Championship in robotics.
Yeah,
And they also went to like the quarterfinalist in the World Championship.
that's awesome.
So
Yeah, and Matthew played hockey with my son, so I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah, that's
What are the odds
worth
of that?
money right there, so you got that. But anyway, so I was going to ask a question about your users. I think you answered that question. It's broad as spectrum, but I think it's an innovative project, so there you go.
Dan's got money too to give. Anybody else? Any other questions you guys have? There's more. No? Cash over here. All right. Thank you. Shelley, good job. Thank you, guys. All right. All right, awesome. Thank you, guys. All right. So another hardware, software. We got a theme going on here. So anyway, so that's awesome. Is this your mic? Whose mic do I have here? That's going to be Shelley's. All right. How we doing, Kate? Good. All right. We're going to keep going. All right. So now we're to our fourth, and this is the fourth one, right? Final? Yep. All right.
Don't you want to thank
Ashtra.
the sponsors, Randy?
What's that?
Don't you want to thank the
Oh,
sponsors?
yeah. Hold on a minute.
Okay, good. Thank
Everybody give a hand to the sponsors. Woohoo! That's all right. Now we're ready to move on. Shameless, yeah. All right, Ashtra. Come on up, guys. Yeah. Look forward to hearing about it.
All right.
Do you have hardware in your solution or just software?
Software.
Software, okay.
Yep. Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to present here today. So let's get ahead to that. All right. So for Ashtra, we basically is the software solution to increase visibility on the AI search engines. So the idea is increase visibility on the AI search engine, offer exceptional customer acquisition potential, but the 36 billion SMB market, both native pronoun and immigrant-owned business, significantly underutilize these channels due to first, the low awareness of the shift toward AI-driven way customer find business online. The second is the complex technical setup. The third is time-consuming manual tasks. That's why we build Ashtra, which is the AI platform to simplify and automate the process to increase visibility on the AI search engines. Our platform offers discover high opportunity topics, customer preferably ask about, and monitor visibility, ranking, and sentiment about the business, brand, and location across the AI search engines. And then it will recommend improvements and also generate the AI platform-friendly content and also automate the backlink building. The resource increase the visibility of the business on the across the AI search engines. For the market, like I mentioned, like we serve both the native pronoun and the immigrant-owned business, with representing a $36 billion market. The idea is the immigrant-owned business represent 23% of the SMB business in the U.S., but are significantly underserved compared to the native owned business. So as a result, it's actually a lot easier to acquire them as the customers. For our business model, our revenue will come from a recurring subscription. Like we have three plans here, basic, standard, and premium. But we plan to get on average to $200 per month per business. Yep. Like we also mentioned, we okay. So beside the software solution, we also offer the service for business who refer not to use our software directly. Okay. For go-to-market, so far we already secure customer through three channels: door-to-door, online sales, and warm connections. Like I list right here, for door-to-door sales, we acquired 24 customers. Online sales, we acquired 19 customers, and also 15 high-profile customers to the connection from our CIO. So the high-profile customer right here is actually the local business, right? But they are $1 million local business. So that's why I say high-profile customer. So our CEO actually joined us in, I would say, 2 weeks ago, and he before he working at the CMO of the top 3 US the nail salon manufacturer. So that's why he built a lot of connection from his previous job, which is more than $50,000 nail salon owners. So that's why we decided it's actually a lot easier to focus on the channel, so that it offers low cost acquisition and actually more valuable customers. For competition, we are the only platform offering an all-in-one AI search visibility suite for SMB with a dedicated support for immigrant-owned business. All right. For the team, like we have the proven track record in the SMB management, software development, sales, and marketing. For me, I'm currently basically a software engineer at Boeing, and previously I worked at 6 years at the U.S. nail salon manager. So that's why I have a deep understanding on what the SMB and immigrant business really need. All right. For our CEO, Trung Le, he's a 29-year executive career in technology, sales, and marketing. He also a serial entrepreneur who scale Tech City and New Star from early stage to high profitability. And our CTO is Salman Khan. He currently have 5 years in software development, and beside this project, he also work on other AI projects of Ashtra, such as the AI recommendation system, the customizable AI assistant, also the AI voice agents. For traction, so as we launched on September 16, we already acquired 58 paying customers and 55K AR. We also have 150K invest from the SMB expert, and also we have the appointment next week to meet more investors on Chicago. For partnership and startup program, we currently a Microsoft partner, member of startup program from Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Amazon. Combined together, it's potentially $1 million in cloud credit and $1.5 million in the tool credits. Yep. Like currently, we slowing down our customer acquisition a little bit, so to focus more on improving our process internally to improve the service quality, and also building the new sales team, which will boost the customer acquisition in the next couple of weeks. So for fundings, so we plan to use 60% for the product development and operations, 35% for go-to-market efforts, and 5% for compliance. How Ashtra will empower St. Charles community? So first, we will have increased local business visibility. The second is remove technical barriers. The third is support diverse business owner, and the fourth is right economic roles. Yep, that's it. Thank you so much.
You got questions, guys?
Quick question. You have mentioned that immigrant-owned businesses are underserved in this market. Why do you think that is? And I appreciate you going after that, because that's such an important part if we're going to be growing the region, to go after that population as well.
Yeah, all right. Because I myself is an immigrant, I worked as the 6 years as the nail salon manager. That's why I see firsthand it's very underserved. Like the technology, the immigrant use actually very outdated. There's basically no AI, very expensive. Yeah, that's why. So I think, and also when I introduce this product to them, they basically have no idea this exists until now. So that's why I can acquire them as customer a lot easier than we go after the US business. Yeah.
And what type of businesses are you going after beyond just the nail salon? Is that primarily
actually
a big chunk
we go
of it?
insurance, a restaurant, Yeah, but basically, because this is the AI marketing product, so basically we can serve basically all kind of business. Yeah, but because I'm working at the nail salon, I have the connection from the nail salon space. That's why I just contact them first, and they interest, and they acquire them as customer, and then restaurant, basically the one who close to me, I contact them first. Yeah.
And earlier we talked about SEO and you mentioned GEO, and I said, please tell me the difference. Maybe you could explain that again for everybody.
So for the SEO, it basically the techniques to improve the visibility on the Google, right? But because right now we have ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Perplexity, which is a whole different search engines. So that's why we provide the geo service, which is the techniques to help the business appear on the chat on the AI search engines across all of them. Yeah, and actually one more thing to note: when we do geo, the business also benefit from the SEO. Yeah, because SEO is the foundation, and then geo is the one on the top of the SEO. That's why. So when business go with us, they benefit from both, not just the AI engine. Yeah.
Do you envision your company creating more jobs for St. Charles County?
Yeah. So because if the business increase their visibility on the search engine, which is what the customer will search, right? So which means there is more customer will come to them, which means there is more revenue and more demand for their business, which we will help create jobs.
What about for your company specifically?
So
will you grow?
Yep. So basically, we plan to employ the agency across the St. Louis, the St. Charles, and also across the U.S. Because basically for this solution, we need to employees to like we say we have a door-to-door option, right? That way we need to hire people to go to knock the door for each business to sell. Yeah. Yep, because that's the channel we already proven that work, so that we will focus more onto that one.
Okay, makes sense. I like it.
Yep, thank you so much.
So I just want to make sure I got this. You just started this business in September?
Actually, I found Ashtra on last year, and this actually a different product for us. We have actually built a lot of product, and we test across, and
but this product you started in September.
Last month.
The AI search, so it basically improves the listing of your customers.
Yes, yeah. We start this product on the September 26th. I think 6 weeks.
Yeah, and getting to 58 customers and 55K of ARR is pretty quick. That's congratulations. That's great. I got some cash for you.
Focused.
For that. That's terrific. So then, are you expanding your product line into anything else? Are you going to do anything else for these customers?
Yes.
Because like you're at $350 a month for your premium product. Is that right? Is there going to be ways to get upsells from the existing customers?
Yes. Or? So the 350 basically if they search, right, there is a ranking, right? If the more you pay, the more we will help you to improve on the ranking. Like not everyone is equal.
So you can get additional revenue to improve.
Yeah. And actually, because we have more product like for our current customer, right? We also offer them the AI social media marketing as well, which we help them to create a content, picture,
that's
video.
Good. I don't know if you know of a company called like Sochi, but SOCI, but I would check them out too. But don't like change what you don't change too quick, right? What you're doing is great, and so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I got some, hold on.
Yeah, get these guys to give you their cash.
I could get up. I got too much on my lap.
Listen, yeah.
There we go.
You guys aren't keeping this cash to take home, are you? Scott's got
Appreciate
some.
that. So I want to give you this huge stack of cash to spend on marketing and sales.
Oh, thank you so much.
Ice cream money on the way home.
So, I think my question's all been stolen. but I'm impressed by the growth. I'm impressed by the small business, the minor, all those aspects. Have you reached out to chambers of commerce as part of potential growth strategy?
I would say I'm not yet.
One that jumped out to me is Asian American Chamber of Commerce, the local, which
Jeff
we
here?
happen
Jeff
to
Wade?
know a guy.
There's a guy, Jeff Wade, you should talk to.
It might be, yeah. So anyway, but that's just something to think about. So
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
here
thank
go.
you so much. Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Any other questions? All right. So do you have any? Yeah. You got more cat? Do you guys all want to come up? Because we're going to have everybody come up here that presented, and we're going to have the people's choice. So, but before we do that, we need to thank Kate. So Kate Bear. So Kate. She made all this happen, so I get to stand up here and spit out a few words, but Kate put everything together, and so all the marketing, organizing, getting people to sign up, getting sponsors, she did it all. So, so Kate, thank you for all your hard work. And I think this is we're going on year 10 working with our team, so that's been awesome. So she was a graduate from Lindenwood, came to work for us at BoardPack, and then when we sold that, she came on over and helped us get Munibit going and taken on so many other things. And her father is bartending back here. So Frank, you want to say hello? Right. So she even recruits free help. So we like that. All right, so anyway, so you have some leftover cash. We also have, if you guys, unless you're going to take it, buy ice cream on the way home. Ice cream money is what I would do. You need to give that. All right, so this is people's choice. You guys can go ahead and vote. And then Kate's going to do some tally, and she's collecting the scorecards. And you guys can beg for more money from these guys. These guys should really give money out. Oh, yeah, you can ask more questions. Yeah, absolutely. More questions. Don't forget to turn your scorecards in. Use a microphone so they can hear you on the...
What's that? Yeah, I got them right here. Okay. Yes, I am. Thanks. Okay, so I guess well, it's kind of tough to do here, but I'll go through each one. How do you plan on tracking adoption of your product? Maybe a quick answer, like within 1 or 2 sentences.
So we have totally automated-based. We can track all the API calls, how long they use.
So you're going to track what now?
I mean, all the API calls we get from them.
Track API
APIs,
calls.
how many pings we get, and are they using only for audio or video as well? And that's the way to gauge the adoption.
Okay, so, and then how are you going to track adoption?
So as a DevOps engineer, I create lots of dashboards and looks at lots of data. So I'm planning to create some beautiful dashboards in order to track that.
Beautiful dashboards like that. And how do you track adoption of your customer? So I'm talking about like true success within a customer. How do you track adoption?
So actually, we have a customer success team who like weekly calling the customer to see how it's going. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how do you track adoption?
Yeah, so just to go back to those KPIs, so as we're tracking those, revenue increase, loss decrease, happier customers.
Awesome. All wonderful answers. I created a company that it actually started customer success, so I think I got to go with that answer.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Have you given away all your money?
Yeah.
All? Use your wallet? All right. Mike, credit card. All right, Mike, you're done. All right. If you guys would stand, move here. We want to get a picture of you guys while Kate's. We're going to in front of the podium. And then Kate's going to tally, she's tallying up all the scores. So if you haven't voted on the People's Choice, do that quickly, because we're going to announce that next, I think. Oh, we should put the demo day logo up there. Yeah, hold on a minute. Hold it, stay there. I'm gonna change the screen here so that we have sponsors. Yes, sponsors. That was right. That was good. Sponsors. There's one there. All right. So now you can take a picture. One more time to get the, we're stalling while we're tallying up that. I'm going to get a different background here, so one more. All right, I'm going to do demo day so that, now that's better. All right, now take the picture. Yeah, let's go ahead and take some questions while we tally up. Anybody have any questions you'd like to ask? Anybody? All right. Yeah, go, yeah.
For the OccupAI, so you guys looked at retail outside of restaurants as well. Are there other retail applications you work with? Do you always have to have resale? Is there any other application?
Well, I think cross-referencing with, how fast you're turning over inventory and so forth. But I think one of the really interesting areas on architecture, or target welfare, or launch bases, the high ticket item areas, so
Things like car dealerships, furniture stores.
car dealerships, or furniture stores, that sort of thing, where you're
That conversion rate is very important, and that's, I think, comes into play.
Question to the Black Parrot team. If you guys are going to focus on, like you were talking to SSM and you're looking at applying it to healthcare, have you looked at what it's going to take to make sure your application is HIPAA compliant and all the expense it will take to make sure that you can actually serve the healthcare industry?
Yep, so we have we talk to the phone or the computer device, and device has access to their databases and everything. So right now, like at least for the demo point of view, they're okay to work with us in those kind of ways. But you're right, ultimately when you go do sell online to any person picking it up, we have to make it full certified and HIPAA compliant or talk to in a way. Yep, that's the tough part actually. You're right.
Anybody have? You guys good? All right. So where's Kate? She tallying up things? Anybody see Kate? She's using AI to do, we need an AI solution to tally up. She's getting into here soon. You guys did an awesome job. Let's give these guys another big hand. You know, we give a little bit of money away. It's not really about money, though. It's about pitch. It's about refining. It's about people challenging your solutions, you know. And I just really applaud you all for stepping up and doing this, which is really important, and then encouraging others to do it too. There's not enough entrepreneurs in the world, and we're very fortunate to have people like you all willing to do this, which isn't easy. I remember as a kid, and I had a very, my father-in-law encouraged me to, he was a banker, and he said, Randy, worst case, you can always go back and be an engineer. And so stepping out and on your own to start a business and try something. So congratulations and great job. So you can give them another hand, applause. Where are you, Kate? Are we getting close? Oh, I hear her. Yeah, I'm adding them up. So we're going to do the, let me go to the slides here. We're going to do People's Choice. She's working quick. I told you, Kate does everything, so that's, I also want to recognize, he was here earlier, which is our local state rep, Travis Wilson, was here, and he had to leave. He had another event. But I wanted to recognize Travis, even though he left early, but he had another event to be at. But so I know that's very important for MTC. I know Sheila would appreciate that Travis was here and keep him fighting for funding for MTC, which helps make a lot of this stuff happen. All right, so let's, you're back. Okay, Kate's here. Oh, she's got everything figured out. All right, do you know who the People's Choice is? Oh, hold on, let me get to, I think that's what we decided we're going to do first, right? Yeah. All right, so we're going to start with the People's Choice Award. All right, $250 goes to Shop DAWG. Big round of applause. Woohoo! All right. Do we need pictures? Who's taking pictures? You can't do everything. Here, I can take a picture. Scott's got it? All right, Scott's taking pictures. All right, way to go, Shop DAWG. All right. All right, so that's just the first one. All right, more to come. All right, now we're going to start with third place. Winner is Shop DAWG. He gets 2 in a row. All right, $500. How much did they get with the People's Choice? $250? $250 and so you actually got $750. That's not bad. 2 checks. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, now we're going to second place winner for $1,000 is going to OccupAI. All right, OccupAI guys, congratulations. All right, we'll get your pictures afterwards individually. All right, and then the first place winner is going to Ashtra. So Ashtra, congratulations. All right. You guys are all winners. So thank you first of all, thank you, the audience, for coming out and supporting and cheering these guys all on. As I said, very important thing to do, and helping to build our community of entrepreneurs in the region and Missouri. So thank you all for being here tonight. We have all kinds of cookies from Grandma's Cookies down the street. #1 cookie shop in the country. So if you haven't, take some cookies home if you haven't. And then also a lot more pizza there. So with that, thanks again to our judges, Jim, Scott, Dan, Shelley, Mike. Where's Mike? Mike's a shook today. So thank you guys so much. And of course, thank you, Kate. And